to chapter 30. Alright, let me read in Mandarin. 第13章，以道佐人主者，不以兵强天下，其势好还。师之所处，进击深渊。大军之后，必有凶年。善则果而已，不敢以取强。果而勿惊，果而勿伐，果而勿骄，果而不得已，果而勿强。物壮则老，是谓不道。不道早已。Alright, this is painting an image for the rulers of, or the people who hold the power to the country, or hold the power to the army, right? So the first sentence it says that, it's the same thing that Sun Tzu said also, right? What it says is, if you are holding an army, right, you must think carefully. You don't use it, as you wish. You must consider it carefully, rather than not carefully, right? Rather than thinking that you will win the war. Yes, you win the war, but you have caused so much problem for other people. The hatred that they have may one day come back to you, because don't forget, things go up, things come down. Some country may not be strong forever. So, when you have a great army, don't always think that you have the great army so you can do whatever you want. So, what he's saying is that there's action, there's a reaction. Don't always think that the strong will always win the day, because don't forget, the weak can be strong. He has a lot of area to improve, and they can become strong. And so things just go round and round, because today you are strong, tomorrow you're not strong. Today you bully other people, tomorrow the person who have been bullied, they will come after you because they want something back from you. You see? So the other thing is that if you attack people, you erase their country, and you will see from the image that nothing is growing, Even there's something is growing, it's all low-lying kind of bushes, and they're full of thorns. So what it's saying is that, you use your army, you erase other people, very soon, the aftermath, the after years, you will have trouble. You will face trouble, because the construct of the cosmos is such that there is action, there's a reaction, right? So to not have all this trouble, then is to do good deeds, right? And after you do good deeds, please don't claim for it, because you claim it, you get another set of trouble, because some people don't like it, So just take it as, I'm being myself, I'm not doing nothing good to you, but I'm being myself. So because people can interpret differently. Something is done good, tomorrow they will say something else. Sometimes you did something good, but they can interpret it as you've done something wrong to them. So you better keep quiet and leave, So for example, let me give you an example. Like for example, a doctor, right, saw a person who get hit by a car, and then he tried to save him, right? Sometimes you may try to save him, but you use a method that other people could not understand. For example, if he's not breathing, there's a lot of blood, and he's choking with his own blood. So what must you do? You must open up his throat here to allow the air to go in. So you take a pen, you take something, and pry it open, and then what happened? And maybe if he died, then there's a big problem. If he is safe, right, it's good. But if he says, if he is safe and yet he found a hole perpetually there and could not patch it up, and so who do we blame, You blame you, sometimes. So it all depends on the people, how they react to you. When you do good, better live quietly. Don't leave any trace. Because why? Because you never know. When you've done something good, people can interpret it as something bad. So maybe you have to be anonymous, Of course, in this world, we are all tracked, so you can't be anonymous. So, yeah, so that is another set of things. So what he's saying is that, now, if you want something, don't use force, right? Right? Because you use force, you will get into trouble. Like, you want oil, you go to raid the country, rob their oil, right? Of course, the people would always remember you robbed their oil, right? And with some of them who are strong, they will always remember, and one day they will come for you, right? So, always remember that when you take the fruit from other people, when you take something from other people, you have to be careful, right? Or if you have successes, be careful. Don't be too proud about it, right? It has to be more like, yeah, I have successes, but it's just being myself, People want to give me the accolade, or people want to praise you. You just say thank you. That's about it, Don't brag about it, right? So when you have successes, don't show people that you have all this very for example, if you have good equipment like big cannon, big missiles that can kill people in one button, would you want to show people? No, you don't show people how strong you are, right? You don't expose yourself, so you just keep quiet, just go around doing your same old things, right? And the other thing is that there's always this thing called recurrence. So if you have reached the top, there will be a time where you have to go down and then come up again. So it's always a recurrence. So it's the same pattern where when you go very far away, you will return, right? So things that get stronger and stronger, soon you will get weaker. I mean, just like human being, right? You train, you get stronger and stronger, you grow old. What must you do? You must return slowly into a very big form. So this is the eternal principle. So when you're getting strong, when you're getting very powerful, it's a time where you have to be very, very careful, because after you have reached the highest point, you are tipping down, right? So you cannot stay strong for so long. So we must always remember that is the way things go, right? So if you don't want to be reaching the top and disappear, then you must always remain in a certain way that you have not reached your potential, right? So in the I Ching, there's also this curve that they draw. I think it's almost like a bell curve. You go up, you reach the top, you plateau a little bit, then you drop. A bell curve. So the Chinese also describe it, right? As you are going up, it's called 飞龙在天. As you reach the top, right? They describe it as 亢龙有悔. It's time that you're going down. So when you're going down, just understand it by looking at it that you're going down. So it's the next cycle, because as you're going down, then you have a chance to go up again, right? So do not panic. Do not cause chaos. Take it as it's a normal thing, right? If you still want to maintain the top, then a lot of people want to maintain it in a way that is not natural, right? So if you think that you are the number one, so the guy said you're not number one, there's number two coming up, then they tickle you, and then you go to there, you want to slap the number two, and then you start the war, and then what happened? You cannot maintain, because when you try to fight someone, that person will have to get stronger. Because why? He has to prevent himself from being beaten by you. So don't excite them, right? Let them be, and then nothing is going to happen. The more you excite somebody, the more he get anger, the more he want to defend himself. He do it because he want to defend himself, because nobody is going to allow you to humiliate them, take their things as you wish, and then, it's like, there's a saying, you sure that you slap somebody and that guy is going to offer the other face for you to slap? No, very few people will do that, right? So if you slap that fella, that guy is going to defend himself and not allow you to slap him a second time. That is what is normal. So we come and slap the second time, what happened? Maybe you have not given him some space to run, so he have to face you directly. So when you get faced directly, you're going to ask for a big struggle, a big fight, So as what people have said, you don't corner a dog to the corner, because the dog will return and bite you, right? Because you give him no space to breathe, no space to go, no space to run, right? But of course, sometimes, a lot of times, for people who have wisdom, there are many ways to escape the guy who comes strongly onto you, right? If you are as slippery as, a eel, it's not easy to catch hold of you, because, they will lose grip. So it all depends, but if you really corner people until they have nowhere to go, in a very, very desperate situation, you will be beaten, because they have to survive, right? So, there are certain wars that are being fought, People send their army all the way to a country that is so far away to fight them, and even with less modernized weapon, they will win the war, because they are defending their country. And your country is so far away, and you keep going to a country that is so far away to erase people. They are not going to allow that to happen. So having the equipment, having the weapon, you have some advantage, but the mind, the will, cannot be erased by the most powerful weapon in the world, because the will be planted in many other people who survive, and these people will come back for the person who does the wrong thing to them. That's way people are being cultivated, and people are being taught that this is a principle of the world, that things have an action, there's a reaction. So just be careful. You push too hard, there will be a reaction, right? So as a ruler, do not, try to take what doesn't belong to you. You have to work hard. You have to build what you own. You have to, work hard to get what you want. There's nothing that you could just easily get it, and then by stealing it from other people, and you think these people is not coming back for you. No, I don't think so, right? Everything needs to be paid for in a certain way, right? So that's it. This chapter 30.